There we go. Yeah, I know. It's kind of awkward, right? Yeah. There we go. All right, hold on. So, yeah, I had to write this in reverse in order to, so that's a little trick that we like to use to advertise, Yeah. So, that's for the teachers. This is for the students. Oh, right. I forgot to tell you to follow on everything, right? So, yeah, go to the YouTube, go to the Facebook. Yeah, because I'll be going live on Facebook, right? And then I'll do the replay of the live that was on Facebook on the YouTube. So, I'm encouraging you to go to the Facebook and the YouTube because, yeah, we're going to be having discussions over here that concern teachers. Yeah. And then over here, we focus on the students, right? This is, my lessons, teaching mathematics, right? Some of it still happens here, but, just as a little throwback. Anyhow, let me write it the normal way now. And since we all know pilots make this arc, right? So, yeah, just letting you know, yeah, you see that? Yeah, you see? Yeah, you have to move this thing around, just so you can get away from the light. What a life. There we go. So yes, yeah, this is for the teachers, this is for the students. This is where I focus on the teachers, this is where I focus on the students, right? So yeah, just letting you know. Hold on, sorry about that. yeah, so I'm in front of the board now. Yeah, the things we have to do to advertise, to give you something, a little bit more than just, who wants to just be boring? These are the things you have to do, a little, inject a little fun into the you see what I just did? Inject a little play into the work, is what I was about to say. Inject a little fun into your work. Fun into the work, play into the work. Yeah. Work and play, play and work. So anyhow, I was supposed to make some videos and have them posted on LinkedIn. Trust me. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on a little hiatus just to organize a little bit so that when things start rolling out again, then. So I might want to do that. I might want to go on a hiatus and then, kick back in gear. Yes. So, let me not waste any more of your time whilst I am here. Now, this man, the boss man teaching, the one that's not in the red and black, this guy advertises for the teachers. So if you're a content creator and a teacher, then in fact, I wanted to make a Venn diagram video. I'm going to use this video to remind me that I owe you a Venn diagram video explaining what Bossman teaching is for you. If you're a teacher and you're a content creator too, then a lot of my videos will be for you. Yeah? Now, sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget the button all the way up. All the way up. I'm all the way up. Yeah. So anyhow, is there anything else I have to report? Yeah, how about that? Right? So, first person tutor looks a little more like this. Right? First person tutor looks like this, where you only see the hand on the board. Yeah? Now up here, it looks more like this. Right? Or, yeah, obviously, yeah, but we'd share the space, so that's what that would be about, but more importantly, I have rebranded, right? Rebranded. So that's the whole point, right? So again, putting some fun into the equation. Now watch this. There are 3 objectives. 1, I'll do the throwback videos, right? That will be done in the 16 by 9, right? 16 by 9. Then now, objective 2, we'll have a discussion of findings. Because remember, as teachers, we already did the presentation of data and the analysis of data. So now it's time to have a discussion about those findings. What did we find as a result of having been teachers for so long? And then the third part would be the conclusion, where I invite you to either work with me as a teacher that's a content creator, or if you already are. And the beauty of about the whole thing is that I make videos where I give you a directory, where I give you a tour guide on how to find me. So it's not difficult to do that. Alright? So every time you see me going live on TikTok and you see me doing this thing where I take you through the YouTube that has a WhatsApp channel link in it, and then you click on the WhatsApp channel link, it takes you to the Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So that's what you call WYFIT, right? WYFIT, right? So that's what that's about. Yeah. So again, this is the 16 by 9 edition of the conversation. So, you know, I'm literally just killing time with you guys. So yes, I compartmentalize, right? Bossman teaching is where I advertise. Only one first person tutor is where I teach. So let's be specific. One place is where I advertise, one place is where I teach. Right? And let me just give you the demographic. For those who are adults that want to do over C-set mathematics, you're in the right place. Primary school struggling with preparing for whatever examination, PEP, whatever it is, PEP, GSAT, common entrance, which obviously we know they should bring them back. They really should bring them back, honestly. Why don't we bring back common entrance, GSAT, and PEP, and let the parents choose which of the exams they want to do? And then what you could do is say PEP is for the elite. So if you want to go to the top tier school, you just make sure you pass for PEP. So use PEP to put them in the higher, the upper end classes or schools. And then you use GSAT for, so do it, so common entrance for the C, GSAT for the B, and PEP for the A. Why not? Why not? So yes, so I'll tell you what. Let me give you a rundown. So when I do a throwback video, it's going to be called MATH, which is Making Abundant Tangible Habits. So remind me that I need to stick to that format, right? Then when I'm having a discussion with my teachers, it will be called Since We All Know Pi, Let's Make This Arc, which is a real chat, a real conversation. That's what ARC stands for. And of course, since we all know pi, using the symbol pi, perspective is everything. Yeah? So, you know, this is just a little heads up. Yeah, a little heads up. Why not? So, yeah, hopefully this was a transparent conversation between me and you about what Bossman teaching is about. Right. So there, oh, see, look at that. Hold on, let me do that again. Uh-oh, look at that. You know what? There we go. Ah, yeah, sometimes, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I like to have fun. I like to have fun with that. So yes, just putting that out there. You know, if you're hearing the fan, I apologize if it's very loud. Yeah, it's loud. It's loud. I am in the middle of a wardrobe change, as a matter of fact. Just a little bit, a slight wardrobe change. Slight. Just a slight wardrobe change, right? So yes, so do not hesitate to follow both of these pages on YouTube, right? We'll do a YouTube live. Hold on. This is sort of only one first person tutor style, right? Just giving you that. Yeah. Ah, look at that. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Join us on YouTube for the live. I will be announcing the times later on. But yes. And then, okay, hold on. Let me just say it like this. We'll do the Facebook live first, and then we'll do the replay on the YouTube. Yeah. So if you notice that, so my style of presentation at the moment is a only one first person tutor style. Obviously you're seeing the board and the hand, but you never see my face. Yeah, that's the style right there. So for those of you who want to make faceless content, this is how you can go about doing that. Yeah. So there you go, right? So just so you know, we'll probably be doing a Facebook live, right? So let me just, let me include that part here, right? So we'll be doing a Facebook live, and then we will place it on YouTube as a replay, right? Yeah. Yeah, so we do it. Obviously there's an irony to this, right? And the irony is I decided to write this down here instead of up here. But yeah, so maybe I should fix that. Maybe I should. There we go. Oh, look at that. Look how I ruined that. Hold on. There we go. Sorry about that. I don't like when, I mess things up. So yes, so we will be having Facebook Live, and then after we do the Facebook Live, we drop it as a replay on YouTube. And all of those lives that I've been talking about, that will happen here in the form of the discussion called Since We All Know Pi, Let's Make This Arc. And get me to 100 followers on my Facebook page, and I can do some live streams for you over here. Now the reason why I wanted that is because I want to show the questions, right? Some of the CSEC questions, some GCSE questions, right? Because maybe that's probably what we need. We need a variety of different curriculums so that, students and teachers can be aware of, the different curriculum and the different expectations. Why not? So, yeah. Look at that. So anyhow, now we're going to go a little bit away from the only one first person tutor style to now we're gonna come back to doing things the way we used to at Bossman Teaching. So I think we're done with that for now. Alright, that's it. We had fun. So where were we now? Yeah, so hopefully that gives you all the all the disclaimers, right? There are a lot of videos that I am going to make. Some of them in 16:9, some of them in 9:16. Look at that. We can call it y-axis and x-axis videos. See? Let's keep the mathematics going, let's keep it active. Anyway, making abundant tangible habits. That will be my segment for the throwback videos on Bossman Teaching. Then the discussion will be called Since We All Know Pi, Let's Make This Arc, right? Why not? And then, technically, yeah, I guess an invitation to the teachers that are on the journey of being a content creator as well. I extend the invitation. So I'll be doing two types of promotional videos: shameless advertising for myself, and I guess shameless advertising and maybe selfish advertising, and a mix of selfless. So I will have selfish and selfless advertising. So I will have selfish first, followed by, wait, what is this? Anyway, yeah, so I wanted to make this perfectly 15, but we're at the end. Yeah, so What was I saying? Selfish and selfless advertising. There we go. Alright. So Monday to Friday is what? 5 days. 5 times 3. That's 15. But if you add another 6 to that, that's gonna be what? 21. So if I do a 21-minute video, I have a video for every day of the week. Little maths good for you. I promise you, it is. Little mathematics good for you. So anyhow, yeah. And of course, I mean, I will also direct you to Bossman Digital Media on occasion, and I'll tell you why. Because that is where we will entertain the discussion about the challenges of the content creator and the business owner and the entrepreneur. You know, why not? Because if this is about the struggle and the challenges faced by the teacher, then I might as well also have representation for the content creators on social media. But that's what Bossman Digital Media is about. So we'll speak on that. Yeah. So let me maintain some level of professionalism. So we're going to be in the habit of making abundant tangible habits. Yeah. So that will be the little throwback section on Bossman teaching here. So we'll have that. Now, question again. What else do we have in the lineup? What else do we have? Since we all know pi, let's make this arc. Yeah. So let me get my hands in the way. But is it? Yeah, there you go. So I didn't block out any other words. There we go. Since we all know pi, let's make this arc. A real conversation. And that's the symbol for pi. Rhymes with PIE. PIE is perspective is everything. Since we all know perspective is everything, let's make this a real conversation with me and a teacher of any subject from any country. Yeah. And that's likely to be a Facebook Live, and then we put that on a replay on the YouTube Live. Yes. Probably in the evening time. Yeah, and everybody get back from work and things like that. Something like that, you know. That's it. That's as many announcements as I can fit. Is there anything else? Is there anything else? So okay, this will be part 2, and the part 1 is, you know, making abundant tangible habits, right? The MATH, right? Making abundant tangible habits. Hopefully you can see that. Right, just making sure. Yeah, making sure you can see that. Cool. And then so we'll have that, and then we'll have that. And then I'll just, you know, yeah, I'll find a way to creatively invite teachers to be, you know, on their journey to being content creators. It doesn't matter what you want to do. You